Good evening. Today sample processing is going on. So this is the last step of sample processing. We have 12 samples. So yesterday we kept for drying, and today in the evening it was fully dried. So after that reconstitution was done by reconstitution buffer, and then protein estimation is also done. So now we have to inject these samples into the instrument. So for this we have to place the sample within this auto sampler vials. There you can see the sample is already there. The first sample is being ready. So now all these 12 samples, when ready, then we will put them into the auto sampler tray in the nano LC system, and from there we give the injection. So we diluted the sample here in 50 microliter, and from there we have to give the injection in a triplicate. So that will perform a little bit later because it took a little bit time for dilution of the samples. So it is already going on. So now all the 12 samples are ready to inject. Now these auto sampler vials will be placed, or I will place those vials into these tray. I have shown you in previous video that this is the auto sampler tray, and here we put the vials for injection. So now one by one I put the vials into this tray where injection will take place. So now I am keeping the samples in the tray. So there are 12 samples altogether. So I am putting all the samples in a tray where the empty blocks are there. So this is the red tray. So each position has its own code, and that I have to mention in the queue or the acquisition list. So I am closing now, and I will now put the queue or the samples in a queue. So first of all, this is the XCalliber software, where I should keep the sample details over here. This software combines the MS and LC. So here you can see the LC parameter, that is the pump A, pump B and pump C, which is running. The NC pump pressure around 654 because already some blank are running, and in the right hand side the flow is 1 microliter. This is the loading flow. So this is the LC method, and this method is showing the which sequence is running, the number of sequence, the position. Here blank is running, so the position in the blank is the tray number GA1, that means green colored tray. Green colored tray having position A1, the injection volume is 2 microliter. So similarly, we have to put our sample in this order in that table, and then we import that table into the system. So by that way, instrument will understand which sample to be inject and how much volume is to be inject. Generally, the thing is, the sample should be injected less than 1 microgram, because the limit of this nano column is up to 1 microgram of sample. If more than 1 microgram is injected, then it might damage the column. So we optimized in our lab around 650 nanogram of sample to be injected, 650 or 750 as per the user requirement. So it should be and must be less than 1 microgram. So to maintain this concentration or amount of sample, we have to inject accordingly, which is in microliter volume. So that's all, and now we are about to giving the Q, and after that the instrument will take each of the samples for acquisition. Now the sequence setup window is ready. We have queued the samples. So these are the samples, the unknown, and these are the sample name. All are brain samples, and the injection volume is mentioned over here: 3.78, 6.51 or 3.06. So this volume corresponds to 650 nanogram of the sample that has to be injected. And this is the status of the acquisition. Now it is on sequence 1, that is blank is running. So this is showing here, and this acquisition queue where I have queued the samples, which samples that is being shown. So now green means sequence row 1, that means blank is running. When it is completed, it will be crossed and the next sequence row will be shown. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it will goes on. So this is how the sequence setup is being generated, and this window is called sequence setup view. So now this is the real-time plot view, so where we can see the chromatogram of a sample. So here you can see there are few parts of this window. So this part is regarding the loading pump pressure indicator. Below the NC pump or nano pump, below it the temperature, and below it the TIC, that means total ion chromatogram of sample. So as the blank is running, so there is no particular chromatogram is being shown here right now, because blank has no chromatogram itself. So if it is a sample, then the peaks is being shown, and this is the spectral window of a running sample. So this is how the real-time plot view looks like, and here the intensity is being shown. So in case of sample, this e to the power 2 becomes e to the power 9. So we can depict that the sample has good intensity and noise level is very low. So here you can see as the blank is running, there will be noise. So in sample, if it is same in sample, then it would have the not good sample preparation, it means. I want to show another thing, that is this window. This is the needle or column. The main part of the column is the needle where it spray. So here, if the bubble is come, then the spray is not good. Here we can see no bubble is there, that means the spray is good enough. Just like a flame, you can see this is a good spray. So it is going on, and this will be continued. So that's all for today. Thank you. I will give another video more on this LCMS. Thank you.